Okay, yeah, I've started recording. So now I'll create my workspace. So the name I'm going to give this workspace is custom input format. Okay, so automatically it has created the directory called custom input formats. So I'll click OK. Yeah, then I'll verify it matches the same thing with what I can see in my lab manual. Then I'll click OK. So we wait for Eclipse to compile and prepare the workspace. Okay, the next thing is we'll launch our workbench. It should take us to our programming environment. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll just ask questions since you guys have done it before. Yeah, I know what the next thing is. Next thing is we'll create a new project. Am I right? So I'm going to ask, yeah, Henry, how do I create a new project?
You right click on that empty space there.
Okay. So I'll right click on this empty space, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then where do I go to?
You go to new.
Okay.
And you click on projects. You click on the Java project.
Okay, thank you. That was great. Yeah, yeah, with us. So I'll click on Java project. So if you're doing the lab for the first time, you can unlist the Java folder and click on Java project here. Then you go to next. Okay, so now what's the name they told us to give to this project? Okay. Oh, so the name of the project is custom input format. Custom input format here. Okay. Yeah, so I need to verify everything is okay. Okay, Java C. So not some more. Okay, yeah, finish. Okay, so we'll click yes, we'll accept this. So I'm going to refresh you guys' memory by asking some very, very funny questions. Okay. Yeah, so who built Adobe? Yeah, who invented Adobe? Let me just ask that. I'm sure a lot of people have forgotten something like that. Daniel, you want to say something? You muted yourself. Okay, Daniel has muted himself back. So who invented Adobe and from which organization or company is this software engineer? You said?
Can't remember his
Can you hear me,
last
sir?
name now. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So it's Doc Cotton and Mike Caparella. I think they broke out of Yahoo or something.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you very much, Sunday Ogunle. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. So Richard, what's the meaning of yarn? Is Richard with us in this class? What's the meaning of yarn?
I'm in this class. I'm in this class.
Okay, so Richard, what's the meaning of yarn?
Okay, yet another resource negotiator.
Okay, is it resource or response negotiator?
Resource.
Okay, thank you very much. That's great. That's awesome. Okay. So what are the okay, my next question, what are the major components of Hadoop ecosystem? Hadoop one ecosystem. Okay, I'm going to call someone. Okay. Toby Adeniji, can you help us with that? The major components of Hadoop one ecosystem. Toby Adeniji, what are the major components of Hadoop one ecosystem?
It's DFS,
Mm-hmm.
app reduce,
Okay.
yeah,
HDFS, MapReduce, and what? Or what did you say?
it's DFS app reduce.
Okay, HDFS MapReduce. Yeah, so if you ask you what are the major components of your Hadoop ecosystem, you have HDFS MapReduce. But if you are asked about the Hadoop 2.0 environment, that's when you call Yarn.
Yarn.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. I'm happy you guys know some of those basic stuff, some of those important things. Okay. If any question comes again, I would ask someone who has not spoken. Yeah, just to refresh your memory. So, Hubert, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay, now, so Hubert, now I told you that I can remember I took this class myself about the Hadoop ecosystem. Yeah, I took it myself. So I told you that the HDFS consists of two major components. Yeah, so what are those two major components? And yeah, what are those two major components? Two major components of your HDFS. Okay, let me just help you guys. I'll remind you guys. It is your name node and your data node. So I'll ask another question, Hubert, in place of that.
Sorry, what was the question you asked again?
The two major components of the HDFS. Yeah. And I told him it is the name node, the data node, whereby the name node is the administrator that stores metadata. It stores data about the cluster itself.
Hello, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I thought I was responding. My mic was muted. Yeah, it's the name node and then the data node. And I also read somewhere that there's the secondary name node. But I didn't really, I was going to ask that question during the class. I don't know if you've heard about that.
There's the what secondary node,
Secondary
right?
name node. Yeah, someone that
Yeah,
actually
secondary.
wanted.
You know, I told you guys in class that the name node creates a replica of itself in case of a point of failure. Yeah, to avoid that's the fault tolerance ability or property of the name node. So in case of failure, to avoid single point of failure, the name node creates a replica of itself. So that replica is what they refer to as the secondary node. So it is not necessarily active is more or less what you can refer to as what you have in your Kubernetes ecosystem. Just like now in your Kubernetes ecosystem. Oh, sorry, I'm already going into cloud. My apologies. Yeah, so it's almost the same thing. What you have in Hadoop is similar to what you have. Your Hadoop cluster is similar to what you have in your Kubernetes and container setting, whereby almost every device creates a replica of itself.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. The common collection seller, common configuration 1.6. Okay. Commons lang 2.6. Okay. Commons login 1.1. Wow. Okay. So let me confirm. Okay, so I'm adding the external jars as usual. Commons commons collections, commons configurations.
Sir, I wanted to ask something while extracting these your external jars. So
Okay.
I was saying, like, if you're handling real life, I don't know, trying to comprise data from different sources, and we're working on real life data, like, is there any hard and fast way to know the exact external jars to use for different projects?
So
Like,
basically that's
aside,
where experience comes in. You get that's where experience comes in. So initially, the way it works, you might not necessarily know the what they call it, the exact external jars or libraries you'll be needing. You might not necessarily know. So you just add the major ones you need. Then on trying to carry out the task or experiment, definitely you receive an error that some certain libraries are missing. So like now, if you program with R, Python, and the rest, and you're trying to perform a regression task now. So this regression task now, let's say you called random forest regressor, and you have not imported that module or library, it will throw you an exception that you've not imported that library or the module. So basically, in context here, the library we're referring to in maybe Python or R refers to, that's what we refer to as yeah, that's what we're referring to as our external jars here in Java. So as time goes on, you get better at it. You know what you need for a particular kind of task. That's just it. And that's also why you have the internet too. Yeah. The best programmers still Google. Yeah, no one is above Googling or finding out how to do things. I don't know if I was able to answer your question.
yes, definitely you said it. So, of course, with time, we'll
Okay.
get conversant with this external jars and know which one is which for which.
Yeah, and even though you don't know which particular one, because you can't know it all, even though you don't know which particular one to use, you can always Google.
All right, sir. Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So the next thing is, since we have added our external jars, the next thing is to delete the source folder. Then we'll create a new source folder. Okay. So that will be src. Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, so you guys, one more thing. Yeah, so I must commend this guy's efforts. Yeah, what's his name again? Daniel Iyola. Yeah, I like the fact that whenever as regards your data science career journey, whenever you do something, you tend to post about it and talk about it. Like, I must really commend you for that. Like, it goes a long way. Like, how would I put it? Like, you are doing the best thing for yourself. You are publicly putting yourself out there, letting people know what you do. So what do I mean by that now? So let me give you people a simple trick now, something that has worked for me before in the past, and something that is also going to work for Daniel and for people that are also doing it. So I'm saying this to encourage you guys to post more on LinkedIn and different social medias. Talk about what you are doing. Let people know you for anything you are doing in particular. Why now? So I saw a post from Daniel now. So if Daniel posted on LinkedIn now, and let's say I liked the post that Yola Daniel just posted on LinkedIn. So any of my friend or any HR or talent acquisition manager that is my friend that okay stumbles on LinkedIn, let's say that morning now. So the person LinkedIn can recommend Daniel's post to the person because I have liked it, because I've shown interest in it or I've commented on that post. So that way you don't know. Let's say now Daniel posted on LinkedIn and yeah, our CEO at Octave Analytics, Blessing comments on it or likes it. All of Blessing's contacts will most likely, there's a 50% probability that they will most likely receive recommendations based on the post that Blessing liked, based on Daniel's post that Blessing just liked. And because Blessing liked it, they will just, okay, let's check out what this guy did. Let's check out. So that is one way HR guys and different talent acquisition guys will get in touch with you and would, yeah, they will be able to get your emails, enter your DM, discuss with you and all. So try to put yourself out there, try to post so much, like talk a lot about anything you learn. I like the way he has been building up his post so far, and I must really commend you for it. Hopefully you keep it up. Well done, Daniel. So meaning
Sir.
maybe, okay, are you saying something? So maybe we'll be seeing posts from the likes of Toro, Henry, Hubert, and the rest. There are so many data scientists out there, but not so many of them, not all of them will post or write or say something. Yeah, but those guys that are writing, like they're advertising themselves to the world and they are placing themselves in a better position for opportunities. So let's imbibe that culture. Okay, so we have created our new source folder. Then the next thing we need to do is to create a new Java class. So to create a new Java class, I'll go to the source folder, then click on new, then go to class. So as usual, so let me ask a question. Has anybody ever tried using a different package name? I'm sure Okoli would have tried that. Ebube would have tried that. I mean,
Yes, I tried it once. I made I made different errors. I just dropped it and went back to the default.
okay. So what happened when you were going to run your jar file? You didn't call the package name properly, or what?
Yes, something like that. I made the mistake of in my Java in my file when I was copying and pasting. I've forgotten that I changed the package name to it was actually access HDFS. I changed, so I was using package com dot let's do big data. It's now just realizing itself. That was the mistake then.
Oh, okay. Has anybody also tried it and there was no error or no issue?
Yeah, I tried it. It worked.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry, Temilola.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was reading something of recent concerning the modifiers in a particular Java class or something. And
Okay.
there's one particular modifier that was specified that if you specify that modifier on a particular class, you can only use it on packages that have the same name as that particular class. Do you get what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
so by modifiers, you're talking of access modifiers
yes,
like
exactly.
your
Access modifier.
public, private, and the rest.
Yes, yes. So because of that, I felt that it's possible that we could have some of all these classes that we import over time that we want to use, having some of those that kind of accessor modifier that you can only call on com.let's do big data package name. So
Okay.
it could actually influence the outcome of the project you are running eventually. So it could probably not work. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Basically. So that was my
Yeah, I
thought.
get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how would I put it? So in these labs that we are doing now, we are not actually calling any pre-existing package name. So that wouldn't apply. And I'm happy you said that that's what you thought. So that wouldn't apply because we're actually the ones creating our package name ourselves, creating our package ourselves for each project, if you notice. And for each project, we had the normal GRE system library jars, and we had our external jars. So it's more or less like we are, yeah. So I'm happy you found out about that too. It's like, yeah, when you are doing production code, when you are writing production code now. So the way production code works is that most of your codes actually, you don't just write them in a single script. They are modularized. What do I mean by they are modularized? So now, if I'm doing a production pipeline machine learning project now, what would happen is I would have a separate .py file where all my libraries and everything I'm importing would be. So is for your R, you have a separate .r script where all the necessary libraries you are importing would be. Then you will now have a separate .py file where you are splitting the data into training sets and testing sets or or you are doing your cross validation, be it k-fold or k-stratified, anyone you want to do. Then you would also have another .py file where you are testing on the test set itself. Then you also have another .py file where you are running your machine learning pipeline itself and you are trying to deploy it also. Then you now have another .py file, which is your init file that would merge up everything together. So it's fun actually. So for you guys doing our job, definitely there will be here. So that's what, so modularizing code is more or less like, just like what you said, we are import, if you call a certain package name, you must only use functions or those methods that pre-exist in that package name. So another, yeah, you can't call it for, you can't impute the same, you can't call the attribute or inherit the attributes if you don't have the same name or if you are not of the same class. Yeah, I'm sure you might not necessarily get what I mean right now, but what I just meant is that stuff you read is actually correct and right. But the reason why it doesn't apply here is because we are building our package name, our packages ourselves. You get what I'm saying now? But if you
Yeah.
are
So
doing
just a
production
question.
code, okay, yeah, so go on.
Yeah. What those things we usually import, are those not classes? What we import that I think we usually call them with their attributes when we are preparing the different
Yeah,
Java
so
classes.
now, yeah, exactly. So there are classes that we are actually calling. You get now. Yeah, there are classes that we're actually calling. You are right. There are also jar files that we are calling. So some things have already been written down in them for us to access some of those functions we are using in our code. You get now.
Okay, yes. So what I'm saying is that for those different Java files, don't they have their own sort of packaging that has been specified already there?
So basically, the way it is written, yeah, they have their own that has been specified already, but it has been written in such a way that it is conventional. What do I mean by it is conventional? It is reusable. So like now, let me give you a perfect scenario now. I don't know why I'm always calling machine learning. Yeah, that's the best way I can explain to you guys because I know one way or the other, some of you would have done machine learning. So now, the remember, if you want to implement linear regression, you call it from your scikit-learn library, Abi. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you call it from your scikit-learn library. Have any of you ever seen the source code for linear regression before? in scikit-learn library.
Maybe when I run into errors.
Okay. So now the way the scikit-learn library now. So let us say there is a PyR file that is automatically installed whenever you install Python on your system. The PyR file that is automatically installed is setup.py. So that setup.py, it carries some important necessary libraries needed for you to do your machine learning computations like scikit-learn and the rest like that. And it also helps in initializing dataset like your boosting house price dataset and the rest. So now it is the same way like this in Java, Ebube. We are calling those external jars. Those external jars are more or less like classes. They have codes in them. The same way we are calling linear regression in Python, it is the same way we are calling Hadoop's common in Java, Hadoop common CLI in Java. So if you are calling scikit-learn 2.6 in Java, we are calling Hadoop's common 2.6. So that's scikit-learn that we are calling in Python now. So if you check inside of it, there are some codes whereby they have written so many, it contains the source code for linear regression, different libraries that you use. So if you notice in your Python program, when you want to call it, you would say from sklearn.linear model or .model selection, import linear regression. Then you follow your normal syntax of object-oriented programming. You will instantiate it. You can say your model is equals to linear regression and you put your brackets like that. So for Java, what we will just do is, if you notice, when we are writing our Java code, we will just call the package name. So when we call the package name, Java is not the same thing as Python. We just say import java.io exception, import org.apache.hadoop.common CLI like that, like that, like that, like that, and we can code it directly. So you're actually right. They're actually classes that we are referring and importing, but they've been written in such a way that they are reusable. They are reusable. That's why um if you really want to understand this thing well, if you are comfortable with Python, I would say go and look at writing your own neural network from scratch or building your own linear regression model from scratch. So basically, most of all these libraries and classes that we import, they are codes that have been written and stored for us to use. Yeah, I don't know if I've been able to answer your question. And they've been written in such a way that they are conventional. Conventional in such a way that, what do I mean? They are reusable. You can use them again and again. I don't know if I've answered your question, Ibre.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
You answered it. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, exactly. So now for this lab, okay, yes, let's just leave it as that. Okay, so I have to get the code for this lab. Image file input. Any other question? Maybe you have a question, you have something to say, and the rest. But I'm actually I just know that if you guys start, a lot of people that do machine learning these days, they do it with Python. But if you guys start using R, which I'm also beginning to learn how to do also, I'm not so good at it or perfect like I am in Python. I just know, yeah, it would really give you guys an edge. Like to give you guys, I have a lot of friends whereby that do machine learning these days, and they do it with R, and they are extremely good. Like it keeps winning money almost every week. I even envy him because
Sir, that was going to be my comment, sir. That on many of these platforms like Zende and Cargo, many of the notebooks are usually shared in Python. And I don't know, as a beginner in R, it could be quite difficult to, I don't know, because we've not, or maybe I haven't really gotten my hands dirty in R. So sometimes relating the two usually seem quite difficult. Only if I see an already like if I get a notebook in R, okay, then maybe I can relate. checking Zindi, I used to follow their competitions, but many of the notebooks are usually Python. No R. I've not seen R in a long time. Even on Cargo, now I'm currently on Cargo page. The only R notebooks I'm seeing 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Like, I don't know, why do people now prefer to code with Python rather than R? But contrary to what I thought, that R is good for statistical analysis and all. I don't know. Is it that there's a different perspective to it or something?
Okay, now, so the thing is, a lot of people use Python because um, most of the people that create the different libraries, machine learning or deep learning libraries or packages, yeah, like it is easily adaptable to Python. Like, now everybody have been using Python for a longer time than R. But the truth is, R gives you R is very sweet to use for feature engineering and data manipulation than Python, speaking from experience. So how do you get R notebooks and how do you learn R for machine learning? So there are so many ways you can do it. Yeah, so one way is, I know that on Kaggle, yeah, I think I've seen 2 or 3 competitions that were just majorly on R notebooks. So one thing you can do is those kind of competitions now, you can go to those competitions, read their notebooks, like you said, read the different kernels and the rest, like you said, or you take a course, different courses on R for machine learning. So the reason why people tend to use Python more is because Python is universally popular. So you have a so if you see that data scientists these days now, it is very rare or very difficult for you to see. It's very difficult for you to see a lot of people using R. You see about 90% of them use Python, and about, let's say, 30% use R. On Zindi also, I also know guys that use R, like New Krishma, yeah, an Indian friend uses R. Then Olamide, yeah, his Zindi username is Ola, he uses R also. Then even, yeah, part of the top Zindians on Zindi, like Fadlong, uses R also. So a lot of people use R. You just need to have access to see 1 or 2 notebooks or 3 notebooks. And so for a beginner, what I would say is, if okay, what may I do is, since I know what I want to do in Python, I would Google search and check, okay, how can I do this in R? So if it is cross validation I want to do in Python now, I already know that normally, okay, I want to do, let's say, k-fold cross validation. So I'll just Google search k-fold cross validation in R, and you definitely get a notebook. You definitely find your way around it. But another trick I do is the way I Google search. Yeah, so whenever I'm participating in a machine learning competition or a data hackathon or anything, so one thing I do is, if I want to search, I streamline my searches to just Kaggle and Zindi. How do I do that? So whenever I'm searching for something, I will just quote Kaggle. I'll put Kaggle in quotes. So that way it would only give me results from Kaggle. If I put Zindi in quotes, it would only give me results from Zindi. So whenever I do that, it leads me directly to different notebooks of different data scientists, of different people. So that's one way you can find your way around it. But if you're in a team, like I said, you would, yeah, there's enough vibe to encourage yourself around it. Yeah. So you are not just a one-man army. That's why I said I suggested you guys, you can separate yourself into teams and the rest and get your hands dirty. I don't know if I've been able to help that way. I don't know what asked the question.
Adeto, thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of sharing the link to a cargo competition that was done on R.
Okay,
Yeah,
please.
majorly R.
Yeah, appreciate it, sir.
Yes, so mm, Okay, let me continue with the lab. When I get it, I would share it with you. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get the code snippets for the lab. Okay, custom input format. Okay, I found it. If you have any question, you can ask. So it's not just about data engineering or any other thing. You can always feel free to ask your questions. I'll just ask questions if no one is asking. Okay. So now, guys, have you guys thought of doing any personal projects at the end of this program? Okay.
Well, of projects that we could work on. I think some of us have actually been well. I think we have actually been coming up some blessing. Emmanuel has mentioned some projects that we could work on. Some of us have done some projects, but I don't think we have really gone
Okay.
far as if we have been really, really a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. I'm trying to look at why I'm having errors when I haven't even run my code at all. Let's just continue.
Yeah, sorry. Similar.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we encountered this same error. I think the problem is from the lab manual, they didn't specify the map reduce jar file.
Libraries.
Yeah,
External jars, right?
yeah, external jar. So I think you need to add that map
Okay.
reduce client for.
Okay, thank you very much. That's great. That's awesome. So, how would I do that? I guess I will just right click, then go to build parts. Then, thank you very much for that, Ibube. Yeah, because I was about looking at that now. Okay, yeah, map reduce client score. Okay, okay. So it means I'll have to delete this source file again. Yeah. So deleting the source file will also delete the yes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. So the next thing now is Oh, can anyone tell me what's wrong? I didn't specify the package name. So I need to do this again. Okay, yeah, now we're good to go. So I'll paste this. Okay. So I'm still having an error. Okay, yeah. So file record reader. Okay, I'm going to create that class next. So either ways, I'll save my project with the error. Yeah, I know. So it's complaining I've not created this class and I'm already calling it or instantiating it. So I'll create the class now. I'll click on the package name. Then I'll put class file record reader. Okay, so I'm going to put in the code for file record reader. Oh, this code is quite long. Interesting, it's a long one. Okay, so this time around I'll try to build my project. So what's the error I'm receiving from here? There should be no error, so I don't know why this. Okay, yeah, everything is good now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what's next? Okay, we have to create another made file mapper class. So to do that, we'll click on the package name, right click on it, go to new, then go to made file mapper. Okay, then we'll click on finish. Okay, then we'll put in the code for the made file mapper class. Yeah, and I'll build my project. Okay. So I will need to create the main merge file main class now. Okay, so to do that, I'll right click on my package name, then go to new, then come to class. This time around, it said merge file main. Okay, then I'll click on finish. Then I'm going to put the code now. Okay. I'm going to post it. I'll format my code. So I'm going to build it right now. So what's next is for me to export it as a Java file. So to do that, I'll right click on projects and go to the export window. Before that, I need to save my project first. So I'll click on save all. Yeah, then go to export. Then I'll go to Java file. I'll click on next. Make sure I'm clicking everything. Make sure I selected everything. Then I'll specify the directory and the name of the file. So /home /hd user /data /custom input format.jar input format.jar. Verify everything is okay. So I'll click on finish. Yeah, so we are all done. I'm good to go. So what's left now is for us to run our Java file from the terminal. Wow. So you're actually going to create text files in this lab. Am I right? Did you guys do that?
Yes, sir, we did.
Yes, we did, sir.
Wow. This lab seems stressful. Okay. So how did you guys create your text files?
Hello,
So first
hello.
of all, they said we should. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah,
Yeah, go
from
on.
everything that has been happening, I noticed that for this lab, or for
I
this year, for
can't
this
hear
lab,
you.
I said for this lab in particular, I noticed we didn't have a reducer class.
You notice what?
I noticed that we didn't have a reducer class. Is there any
Oh, we didn't
reason?
have a reducer class.
Yeah, can you specify the reason why this particular problem statement does not need the reducing phase?
The reducing phase. Okay. I can remember. Yeah, that takes me back to the class I had with you guys, the last theory class I had with you guys. I can remember. Who was it? Yeah, it was Adetoro Adenji, if I'm right, or Oladeji, I don't know if I'm right. That asked, and I told that I made mention that it's not every scenario that you'll be needing a reducer class. So it depends on majorly the type of task you want to do. So now for this particular lab, what we are trying to do is we are trying to just get the names of employees per se in every text file, then save it as an entry in a CSV file. So basically, a reducer class basically is more or less like an aggregation class. So basically, we use the reducer class for aggregation, aggregated activities or aggregated tasks. Just like now, the temperature task, the temperature lab that we did the last time, we're looking for maximum temperature. So what the reducer class did was to aggregate it and combine all of the temperatures together, then give us the maximum. You get. So for this lab now, we are dealing with text. We are not aggregating anything. We are not trying to reduce or combine anything. All we are just trying to do is we are just trying to use a mapper class to get the input line in a text file, then take that input line in that text file and put it into a CSV file. That's just what we are trying to do. Save it as a row or as an entry in a CSV file. It's like as if we are taking, yeah, it's like as if I have two lists now. I have an empty list. My empty list B is my CSV file. Then my my stacked list A is a combination of different lists, different collections. So what I'm doing is I'm picking every entry from my stack list and appending it to my empty list B to save everything from different lists into one major list. And that major list, I'm trying to save everything together is a CSV file. In this scenario, all I'm just doing is mapping. I'm not doing reducing. So that's why I don't need a reducer class. I'm not doing any aggregated operation. So that's why we're not making use of a reducer class. Do you get me? I don't know if that was, if I was able to pass, if I was able to answer that.
Yeah, you can go on. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, and I believe this has also answered Aditoro's question, or yeah, because I noticed she was one that asked the question of what are the scenarios whereby we don't need the reducer class. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. So now, the next thing we have to do is we're told to create a folder, a new directory called custom input format. Okay, so to do that, let me first of all list everything here first. Okay, inside dataset, what do I need? Yeah, let me go inside dataset. Okay, what do I have inside data? Okay. Oh, I have custom input format .jar, and now they're telling me to create a directory called. Okay. So to do that, how do you create a new directory? What's the code to create a new directory? Let me ask someone that hasn't spoken today. Okay. Again, I have spoken today. It be terminal. Yeah, I haven't told you guys today. If you terminal, how do I create a new directory? Is it terminal here? Okay, I guess she's not here. Let me just do it. So to create a new directory, it is make directory, then you put the name of the directory you want to create. Custom input format. Okay. So okay, it has created it. So now I'm going to change directory to custom input format. Okay, there's nothing inside custom input format. So now inside this directory, I will start to create, okay, how many text files? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 text files. Yeah, as usual, you guys help me out. How do I create text files and edit them from terminal? I know the last time we did something like this, I showed us 2 ways. Yeah. So someone should suggest a very fast way so I don't have to go through stress.
Use VI then the text name, whatever name you want to call the text file, then .txt.
Oh.
No, sir.
I can hear Abisola's voice. Is someone listening to the recording? Okay.
Yeah. Sir, did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said VI.
Yeah, then the text name dot txt, whatever name you want to call the text file.
Okay, so I'm going to call this first one. Yeah. So Henry, Ubet, was it Ubet that answered? Yeah, Ubet. So let's say ubet.txt. So how do I edit it, Ubet?
You press I to go into editing mode.
Okay, I've pressed I.
Yeah, so you should start editing now.
Okay, so it said first. How do I delete? I just made an error.
Just made an error. Hold on, my screen is actually slow. I don't know where exactly you are now.
Sorry, sir. Can you go back a bit? I want to highlight something. I don't know if you could close this and just go back. I want to just ask a question.
So what have you? Okay, you want to go back? Okay, so press escape. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've done
So
that.
press escape. Then
Now
why are you
add the
there?
exclamation mark. So
No,
colon Q exclamation
you have
to
to
close
escape
the
before
file
you
without saving it.
Okay. Okay. So ask your question. Someone sent me to go back there. He has a question.
Yeah. I
Henry.
just wanted that vi Hubert.txt is to create a text file. Or
Yeah, so
okay.
now
Okay, that
vi.filename.txt, what it does is if the file is existing in that directory, to open the file for you so you can edit it, or it will create that file for you.
so if we have a file there and we want to edit it, we'll just impute the file before the vi
Yeah, so
and
if
create
I
it.
say I'm going to do that again. Ubet.txt. So it has opened the file again. Can you see it?
But did we
Can you
have
see it?
anything saved? I know. Did we have anything saved initially?
No, nothing was saved.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So said first is equals to rabbi. Oh, how do I start editing?
Okay,
I'll press
I.
IF.
Yes, sir.
I.
Okay.
Yeah. The network is quite slow. It's lagging to display here. Okay, No.
Actually, it's
You
my
have to
net. It's
escape.
my network.
You have to escape before you press the X to delete. Yeah, X to delete one character. DD to delete a line.
Okay. So I'm trying to type. Okay.
Yeah, you can overwrite by instead of you to if you want you don't want to delete the whole line and you want to just replace you could just instead of pressing escape press backspace till you get to the particular character you want to overwrite and you can overwrite on
Okay. This method is actually stressful.
it. I know it's really annoying.
So no one has another
I
method.
equals
Okay.
and write the name.
What just happened? Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this again and again. Someone should give me another method, please, or I should just do this myself.
Okay, do it yourself. You have another method.
Okay.
Yeah, and enter. Sorry,
Okay.
you really need to be very, very careful like when you're creating text files like this.
Okay. What's your last name?
Madise. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of music do you like or do you do?
Let's just go for rap.
Okay. I guess we are done.
Yeah. So escape and then WQ enter.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to call another person now. I just hope this person gives me another method of creating a text file and not take me through Open6 editor. Is it terminal here? Eh?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, so please help me out. I want to create a text file now. Your own text file. I'm done with you, but if it's the Open6 editor, no wahala, we'll just do it. If that's the method, you know.
So I want to phone a friend.
Eh?
I want to call a friend.
No, I said if it's terminal, not you, Ubet. Who
Oh,
is?
okay.
Oh, okay, Ubet. Who do you want to call?
Ebube, please. I'm trying to call one of the engineers.
Okay, Ebube, hopefully, please help us out. Hopefully, you give us another method. I showed us the second method. I can remember I did 2 methods, and there are probably like 3 or 4 methods of doing this. Yeah, so 3 methods you can do through the terminal, and another method you just have to go to the file directory itself and do your thing. So, Okoli, you're saying something?
So you can use cat.
Okay, so cat what?
Cat the file name.
Yeah, so this is the best method. Thank you. I enjoy this one more. Okay. You can see there's no stress about I and Q and the rest.
Yes. Smooth.
Exactly. I prefer this one than that other messed up than that other one.
Okay. It's not messed up.
So Ubet, have you seen it?
Yes,
So
sir, but
just
my
say
method
cat
is not messed up.
printed. This one I can always use delete, backspace, and the rest. No need for him to be doing X, I, and all those. So there's also another method you can use to create a text file. That's um, okay. So Colive, I'm done. How do I exit? How do I save it?
Control Z.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing for the rest.
No, but sir, you said there are other methods, so I'd like to see the other method.
Yeah, the other methods you can research on it. That's emark method. There's an emark method. So now it has its own syntax, just like your Open6 editor. Yeah. I'm not also
Sorry,
cool with it.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how did you say you close this command? Like, did you press
Control
enter?
Z.
Control
Control
Z,
what?
Z.
Z.
Thank you.
So if I check now, I should. Oh, just did nonsense there. Sorry. Please give me a minute. Okay, now, so let me just create the rest. Cards. Where's the third person? Let me just say Richard. .txt. Okay. So Richard was your first. Richard. And then what's your middle? Just say Michael. Oh, I think I made an error. And okay, I will go back and edit it. Okay. Thought I saved what was inside this. Wow, I didn't save it. That's strange. Yes.
Possibility.
Wait, did this thing is not saved? How did I check what's inside the text file? How do I print out what's inside the text file?
You can also use cat.
Just cut, right? And no greater than.
Yes, yes, sir.
It's returning nothing.
Oh,
So is it that what you said?
There's supposed to be a hyphen before the cat.
You said?
I said, is there not supposed to be a hyphen before the cat?
A hyphen before the cat. Okay, let us see. So this way.
Yeah, something like that. I'm thinking. No. Hyphen. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
So who wants to help us?
Why the hyphen is
but we can also use VI anyways. I said we can also use VI to check the contents of a text file.
Okay.
Have you tried using the rm command?
Wow. So it's showing that
So
there's
I think
nothing inside.
So I think what you did is you didn't save it. You used column Q and exclamation instead of W colon
Oh, that's
W.
very true. That was what you did.
You didn't save it. So you were exiting without saving. So that's why you didn't save the content.
Yeah.
Because I guess VI should work and cat should also read the content of the text file.
Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to do this. I'll just copy and paste words inside this guy's stuff. Okay. Is this what you're saying I should do?
No, that's yeah.
WQ.
No,
Colon WQ.
so you're
Right?
still in editor mode.
So how do I leave editor mode?
You didn't put escape.
Escape.
Okay. I already pressed escape.
No. You are using cat. Okay. You are using cat. I think you said control.
Control Z.
Is
Yeah,
it
that was what
control
you did.
D or control D?
Z, Z.
I think it should be control D actually.
It's D, not Z.
C, not C to save.
Yeah,
Eh,
D will exist without saving. Then D will append the changes.
okay.
Sorry, please, can you guys say what you said again? I didn't hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marvelous. So now, I'm going to show you guys something again. No minutes.
Is that what's up?
Okay.
No, I think you already made him. The first cat is specified now. Already, I think you changed the other file entirely.
Oh, okay.
Sir.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so I think if you are going to use cat, I think it's going to be cat. There will be a slash. If I'm right, though, there will be a slash there. You call the name of the text file.
There will be
That's
a
if you want to
slash.
use cat to read the content of the Okoli that you created. Or
Like this.
.txt. Wow. You say no such file or txt or directory.
Yeah, cat should work. Just cat without slash. The problem that you had that previous time now was you tried to create another file with the same name, so it's overwrote what was
Okay, so
existing.
it is overwritten. Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you do cat Ravishankar now, I think it should.
It should work.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you were right. I was overwriting it.
So that we might have to remove it first, right? Okay.
Okay. I should have even just copy and pasted these things. So since you guys said Okoli was able to take you guys through this thing, so that nobody had any error or anything per se. Wow. Okay.
That the only error or observation I think we had was while making the directory for a minute, please let me confirm.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we're done. Wow. So I need to confirm the names of those text files. Okay, either ways. So the next thing to do is we are going to move these files to our HDFS, I presume. That should be the next and the right thing to do. So first of all, we need to, so we haven't even started Hadoop. So to start Hadoop, just say start all.sh. Oh, this should give me an error. Yeah. It should give me the warning native load error. I need to set my environment variable for Hadoop. Okay, so we'll wait for Hadoop to start. Then, like Marvelous said, the next set of labs, very, very interesting, quite interesting. So Marvelous, you said you've done that already. You said you've taken them throughout to access the directory through the browser. Okay.
Yes, sir. It will be also demonstrated that.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome. So I guess I have to prepare very well when we're getting to that lab. Because there will be questions, I presume.
Okay, sir. Now,
It's not
while we're
like,
trying to make, okay, go ahead, please.
please, Esther, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, while we're trying to make the directory for the custom input, when we're trying to impute our text files into the HDFS system.
Yeah.
So we tried MK directly without the custom, without the IM, without the slash, and it worked. But the only observation or difficulty we had in the end was that we were not able to view it via the browser. It was not
You are
available
not.
for view.
Oh, it was not available for view in the browser.
Yes.
So
So
you
when we
tried
did
it
it
without
again
the
and again,
iPhone.
without the slash, not hyphen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So
sir.
we typed mk directory slash custom input.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so I would just like to ask the question she asked in another way. What's the what's the implication of putting a slash in while creating maybe a directory in HDFS, a slash before calling the part of the directory? Because like she said, when Ebube was taking us through the process, and we just did HDFS DFS hyphen make directory, then we didn't put the slash before the custom input format or whatever. You understand? So when we finish the whole thing, we were not able to view it on the browser. But if we go through the what we call it, if we go through the command line, we are able to view it quite all right. But if we were to use HDFS DFS if we make directory slash custom format or whatever the directory name is, we'll be able to view it on the browser. So now the difference now is the slash that we didn't put before naming the directory. So what's the implication of that while working with ADFS?
Okay, now. So basically, if I am right, the first implication of that, like you said, is you won't be able to see it. Then the second thing I can say is, have you checked the file permission on that file you created? Definitely, it will be on your HDFS in terminal. You will see it, but you won't be able to locate it or make use of it because you are not adding the slash to it. Do you get? Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to make use of it. You won't be able to see it because you've not
Okay, so
specified. You just said it should save somewhere. It's like, how would I put it? You're just saving it somewhere in memory, but you wouldn't have access to it. So I can remember when I was trying to create when I was trying to clone, when I was trying to create a cloud environment for a database system. Yeah. So I was trying to move a very large file from, yeah, I was trying to move a very large file from my local system to my Ubuntu terminal. So basically, the Ubuntu the access through PuTTY was an AWS EC2 machine, EC2 instance. Then I noticed I was always sending this file. Yeah, in fact, these files that I was sending, I was using a particular, how would I put it? I was using a certain type of slash. I was using the backslash, or is it the front slash? Actually, no, I was not following the Ubuntu normal terminology. Every time I go to the terminal of my Ubuntu, I would always see these files there. Whenever I try running my SQL script or loading the data into the database, into the table spaces that I've created or the schemas that I've created, I noticed that it is not running to tell me no such file or directory. So definitely I could see it in terminal, but I couldn't run it. And that was because I was specifying, or how would I put it? That was because it was just saved in memory, not in a specific location. You were not specifying. It was just there in memory. So I'm going to try that now. Then also try to perform a trick on it. Then you will tell me if you are able to see it in terminal. So you said, okay, let me confirm everything is running. Okay, yeah, everything is running. So I'm going to do that now. So we said HDFS, DFS, make directory, right? The normal one is slash custom input. Am I right? This is normal.
yes, sir.
Yeah, the normal code, right? Okay, so this should create a
Yes, sir.
directory for us in our HDFS. Okay, so if I say HDFS again, DFS, make directory, Then this time, I just said what? Custom input, right?
Yes, sir.
This is what you're talking about, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it is telling me what? Okay, it seems it's not running here. Can you see?
Yes,
Or
sir.
or am I getting it wrong? Or I shouldn't create the normal one first. Which one? It's not running here.
Sorry, what you
Okay.
did? Put a forward slash in front of the custom input. That's after.
Okay. Is the FS. It's the same thing I just told you guys now that the error I ran into. So instead of the normal syntax, you did this.
No.
No, 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 no. You put the
Like
slash
forward slash.
after custom input.
Like
Yes,
this.
the slash. No, no, the normal forward slash.
This one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they are saying you couldn't see which file.
You are not able to see this directory in the. You are not able to view the directory.
It's because you are not specifying anything. Okay, let me do something
Was
for
this
you
what
guys.
we did, or we did it without the slash?
Let me do this for you guys. Let me do this. So basically, was it something like this you did?
No.
Let me highlight it. Eh? Or this was what you did?
No. Yeah, something.
I think what we did was the second line. What you're about to type without slash at all. That's what I saw that is. That's what I tried.
Is this what you did?
Yeah, what you have on the screen now is what.
We did. This is what we did.
Okay. So I'm going to type enter and see what happens. So basically what you just did now, it will tell you no such directory as custom. So you're trying to tell it to go into a custom area, no such directory as custom. That's what it will tell you. You can see it's giving me an error. Or is our lab environment different?
I think I want to believe so because he's also not doing that on my lab environment here. So I don't know why how come the thing initiated on Ebube's lab environment.
Okay, so we'll
I
wait
think we are
for
mixing up something. I just confirmed now. I screen grabbed it that day. What we did was mkdir custom input without the slash, without any slash at all.
See, so
We
that
also did
means you
that.
did DFS, MKDIR without, there was no hyphen, right?
There was hyphen, there was hyphen.
So there's hyphen MKDIR, then let's say custom. This was what you did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
If you
so
get
I'm
answer,
trying to run it.
you can confirm.
Okay, sorry. Temilola.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Go
so
on.
I noticed that before when you did your, I don't know, maybe I didn't see it here. Well, before you did your before you came here now, when you cleared the screen, had you corrected the one util native code loader issue? Because I mean I've tried that this thing here now, it's still working. It's not giving the no such file, and if I do ls, I can still see the directory. So I don't know,
Okay,
maybe
so
you didn't solve that one until
I already did that.
you already did that. Okay.
Already, yeah. So let me do it again for clarification purpose. So this is it. Okay, so I've done it. So I'm going to stop Hadoop again. I'm going to stop everything. Okay, yeah, so I think it's ready. So I'll clear all of this. Then ensure none of my Hadoop components is running. Yeah, nothing is running. So I'm going to restart everything. Yeah. So are you saying I shouldn't solve it or I should solve it? Which one?
Solve it. Solve it.
Okay.
Please
So
solve
I'm
it.
going to do that right. So I already set my native.util, so it shouldn't give me that error anymore because I know I did that. Okay. So I'm going to start Hadoop all over again. Okay. Okay. So I'm confirming everything is running. Yeah, everything is running. So I'm going to try to remove. Okay. So I already have custom input there. So what did you say I should do? What's the code again?
Make
AZFS, DFS. Make directory.
Then just custom input.
I already have a directory called custom input. So you can see.
No problem.
So did you update your lab environment?
No. No. But the thing is that that wasn't even the first time that I've had that kind of case. In one of the past labs, something like that happened too, but I just went around it because by then I didn't know about searching the browser for the location of the file or the folder. So I thought the same thing worked. Even I'm trying it right now, it's still working. So I don't just know why it's not happening on your own end. So but don't worry, you can continue. I will just follow the normal.
Okay. Okay, now. Okay. Yeah, we are really behind schedule. Yeah, so this class should have ended since. Okay. So I already made the directory. So what I'll just do is I'll just copy those text files to my HDFS. Okay. Sorry.
So another thing, I think we created a folder for our text files. Could we just copy the folder? So is it possible to just copy the folder instead of copying the individual text files?
You said?
Since we created a folder for our text files,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
We,
So when
we,
inputting into our is it, sir?
so we could have just copied the folder directly. Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking, is it possible? I think we tried it, but we didn't get it. So maybe we got something wrong or we didn't do something right.
So
Is
it's
there a way to go
possible
about
way to copy the folder. Yeah, there should be a way to copy the folder. You can copy the folder directly from. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. So I just need to configure these codes now. Compute math. Okay. I have config there. Okay. So I've corrected it. I've specified the right directory. So on the other cd dot dot. Okay. Okay, so the first one has gone. Do for the other one, and I'll also do for the others too. Okay, so the second one is already in our HDFS. So that's for the fourth one. And the fifth one. Okay, so now let's be sure the files are there. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. That's the wrong code. Okay, so the files are there. Okoli and Editor, one thing you guys can do is you can try changing the file permission on that file and check if you still see it in that directory. Do you know how to change file permissions? So what you just do is you just say chmod 777, then you call the file name, then check through your browser if you can still find the file, if you can find the file in that directory. So now let's say, okay, let me do this now. So let's do this. So let's say I want to see the file permissions on this load data one. Okay, load data one is already in the best file permission. So okay, yeah, I can still play around with it. So I want to see file permissions now. So one way of seeing file permissions and hidden files is you can say ls-al. So you see the file permissions on this side, this drwx like that, or you can either see, or another code of saying file permissions and hidden files is just type ll and you see those files. So let's say I want to change the file permission of this file called load data one now. So I think the file permission for this load data one should be 755, yeah, or 775. So let's say I want to change it to something like 600, whereby it's only the owner that will have access to all of the files. So I'll just say chmod 600, then I'll say load data one inside that directory. So when I do this and I check the hidden files again, you'll see that the file permissions on this load data one has changed already. So before, load data one used to be green in color, but currently now it is white in color. So to change that also, like I told you, the best file permissions are 777 or 755 or 775. So that way you are giving access to you are giving full access to the owner and full access to other users who have other users also. So I can just say chmod 777. 77 will make everything about that file available to any user. So chmod 777 load data one. So if I list my hidden files again, you can see load data one has changed from white to green, and this asterisk means any of the users can run. So you can also try this and check if after changing the file permission, you can now find that directory in your browser. You can try that out, but I doubt, because I already told you when I also made the error when I was trying to create a cloud repo for a database. Yeah, for a database now at CMB, I used the backward slash for Windows instead of forward slash for Ubuntu. I could see the file in terminal, but I couldn't see it. Yeah, I couldn't see it normally. I couldn't even run SQL queries or command on it for data engineering. Okay, so let me know when you try that, and you can read more on file permissions. So next thing is we are going to run the program. Yeah, so to run the program, yeah, you call your Adobe, call the package name. They said in the code it is output CSV. I think it should be okay. Not be sure. Yeah, output CSV. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it here. I'll run it. Okay. Okay, so it's running. Okay. So what's left is for me to check the output. Yeah, by reading it. So to check the output, I would also use. So I would use this. Okay, let's see the output. Let's see what's there. Okay, yeah, so it has returned the output. You can see Ludwig and the rest. You can see that it has moved everything to a single entry in a CSV file. So, any more questions before we call it a day? And Okole, I don't know if you've tried out that stuff as regards file permissions. Maybe you can see the file in your directory on browser when you local host into it. Any questions? Because this would most likely, if as regards MapReduce, we're already getting towards the end of MapReduce. Yeah. Any question? Anyone wants to say anything? Okay. In the absence of any question, since there's no question, well,
Sorry, sir.
I will
One
just.
last.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So, for the text yeah, for the text file creation using cat. So we found out that Control Z is just to exit without saving, right? So are you saying that Control D is the saving?
Well, we tried it and it happens to be that way.
Control D, alright. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Because I was trying
But
Control
Control Z
D
should
and it was
also
just
save
saying
it.
no.
Yeah, Control Z would save it. So I would say it depends on your environment. Actually, Control Z would save the file. Yeah. So what was happening is that every time I press Control Z, I was using cat greater than instead of just cat and I call the file name. Yeah. So I think that's what's happening.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, sir. Thank you for the class.
You're welcome. So just like I said, since you guys are already learning R, try to approach Zindi problems and cargo competitions using R. Like I'm sure you would enjoy it. Like from experience, so like it's something that it's always very interesting and sweet to do. You know the joy whereby you build a model and you're happy with your RMSC score just for it to submit and it is bad. But if your RMSC score is good or your AUC score is good and the rest like that, you submit, you're seeing yourself as part of the top 20 on the leaderboard. Like that feeling alone, that joy alone, you can stay up all night trying to build a very good model. It helps you to think of different ways of performing feature engineering and the rest. Like so, apart from just data visualization, project management, business analytics, like it will be very good if you start using R for predictive modeling. I don't know how the big data analyst curriculum is, but I'll just advise, yeah, you can form teams. And if it is Python you want to do, well, no problem. The reason why I'm suggesting R is because I already told you R is one of the best tools you can use for data manipulation. It makes it easier compared to using Python. Yeah. So I don't know if we'll see on Friday. Hopefully, let's see how it goes. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate. Like I also had fun in class and learned a lot. Thank you guys. And don't get tired of learning. Yeah, bye bye.
Thank you very much, sir. We value your time spent with us.
Thank you very much, Mr. King.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So
Thank
you
you,
can
sir.
leave. And for those guys that want to go about their machine learning competitions and don't know how to go about it, you can also reach out to me, how to form teams and the rest. And if I'm interested in a competition and I see, okay, there are some guys that are already doing stuff, I can decide to join you guys along too, just to help in any way I can. Yeah. Okay, so that will be all. Bye bye.
Sir, please can you share your contact?
I think I've shared it before.
Oh, really?
In chat
Okay.
section.
Yeah, I have it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes.